If I was starting tax deed investing in 2024, here's what I would do. Now you're gonna wanna watch this video to the end because I'm gonna be showing you how we got 52 deeds in less than 3 months. So pay attention. First things first, I love to start in your backyard. All right, start where you are and use what you have first. So if I live in Florida, which I do, I'm in Volusia County, right? I'm gonna go to my county clerk of court, Volusia clerk of court, and I can literally just throw that into Google, right? Volusia County Clerk of Court. Once I get to that website, I'm going to go ahead and look on the Clerk of Court site for the tax deed list. I'm going to look to see if I didn't know anything. Of course, I'm looking for liens, deeds, redemption deeds. I mean, whatever you have for less than $3,000, that's what I want. Now, for some of you, it may be called something else like sheriff sale, and a lot of you might even have land banks. So you can even jump into the land bank game and get houses for less than $3,000 as well. But keep in mind, the land banks are a lot more strict. So they usually have rules like you need to submit a business plan or you need to show proof of funds and stuff like you need to have the property rehabbed in under 6 months or we're taking it back. Like there's a lot of rules that can be associated with land banks. I don't say that to scare you. I just say that so you understand that you don't get in here and completely screw it up because you're trying to do everything by yourself. I don't want that to happen to you. Now, once I find that, oh, I have tax deeds in Volusia County, and it's also ran by statute, right? It's non-judicial. If I win the deed, I get to keep this property. It's mine immediately. There's no redemption period, right? So once I figure that out, then the next thing is I need to make sure that my funding is okay. So some of you may have good credit, which means you can go get money, get some OPM, right? Literally go get some business credit and use that. I don't want you using your personal credit because if you use too much of it, what happens to your utilization? Your utilization goes up, which makes your score go down. So we typically stay away from personal credit, but we will use business credit or private money, or some of you are very liquid anyway because you have a business or something, or you make a lot of money at your job. So however you're going to do that, you need to use OPM mostly, but however you got to do it, let's do it because ultimately we're going to flip the deeds to make profit anyway. So we can pay back whatever it is that we need to pay back. Now, I've gone to my county clerk of court, Volusia County. I went ahead and went into the auction, went to the county clerk of court, found the auction list. Now, what I would do is to research those properties, right? Research the properties and understand that due diligence, when it comes to tax deeds, it's about the entire process. Normally, as real estate investors, when we say due diligence, we're talking about just looking at the property. But when it comes to tax deeds, it's about the entire process. To give you an example, when do you need to be registered by? How much money do you need to have in your account before showing up? I've seen people go to auction and thinking that they're going to bid, and they were supposed to be registered 2 months ago, and they can't even bid. And I mean, they literally caught flights and everything to go to these auctions because they were in person. Now, you need to also know if your auction is going to be online, right? There's a lot of things that you need to know. What's your minimum deposit? So to give you an example, Florida is 5% for most of the counties. I just need to put in 5% of what my max is going to be. So if I put $500 in my auction account, I can bid up to $10,000. That's important to know because some people go and put a full $5,000 and all they have is $5,000. Well, now you want your money back or you didn't win anything. Now you have to wait days, maybe weeks to get the check back to go ahead and have some money. So you don't want to put yourself in a scenario like that. Once you have this all figured out, you did your due diligence, we have the process. I'll then maybe show up for auction, but I'm really going to try to get the properties before auction. That's the number one thing you can do is not sit around and wait for the auction. So I may start calling up some homeowners. I get their name, their address right from the county site, the property appraiser as well, and I'm going to put that into truepeoplesearch.com. Get their phone number. I'm calling them up to negotiate a deal. If I can negotiate a contract, I will get purchase and sale agreement signed, and then I'll go ahead and just find my end buyer, and we'll close deals like that. Now, if I wasn't the tax deed wolf and I didn't have a community of hundreds of buyers so I can just close deals left and right, then I'd probably just go ahead and start going to networking events. I'd post it on places like Facebook Marketplace. I would do everything that I can to move that property so I can go ahead and make a nice assignment agreement off of that. So if I get it under contract at 20,000, then I'll go try to make 10,000, right? I'm the middleman here. I'm getting that equitable interest. No, you don't need a license or anything. You don't need to be a realtor or nothing like that. You don't need good credit, no college degree, nothing like that, right? Anybody can do wholesaling. So get it under contract, let's say 20K, and I want to make 10,000, then I'll sell it to my end buyer for 30K. right? Once they pay that 30K to title, the seller gets their $20,000, and then I got that equitable interest of the $10,000 difference. That comes to me. So that's what I would do if I was going to get into tax deed investing in 2024. But the most important part here that a lot of people miss out on is I need to be a part of a community that can tell me about all the other opportunities out there in the world. So if you start where you are, that's cool and all, it's cute, but you're gonna just only know your area. Other states have tax sale auctions too, and other states may have cheaper properties. You may live in like New York or Miami, and everything in your area is just super expensive. But then we have other states, like for example, we're in Ohio, we're in Pennsylvania, we're in Illinois, we're getting houses for less than $10,000. Houses. And some of them don't even need a lot of rehab. So get with a mentor in 2024 so that you don't lose any cash and you actually continue to make profit and go ahead and scale your business and increase your real estate investing portfolio. So if you're looking to get started, if you've been thinking about getting into tax deeds, if you've been thinking about jumping into real estate, then comment cash flow. That's what I want you to comment. I want you to comment cash flow because ultimately that's what you want, right? You want that monthly passive income. You want that income coming in. You might want to replace your full-time job, quit that 9 to 5. So comment cash flow. Myself and my team, we're going to get you on a phone call and tell you exactly what you have to do to get from point A to point B.